lot of you guys struggle to keep your streaks going, to stop drinking alcohol or doing drugs, whatever it is, your poison, because you guys are not setting yourself long-term goals, goals that actually motivate you not to do those bad habits. And I found myself, always relapsing because I didn't set myself long-term goals, and that's in everything. If you want to get good at something, you have to set long-term goals, not short-term. Like, oh, I hope I get to this 14-day streak. I hope I don't drink for a month, because that's your goal. And once you reach it, you're gonna be like, well, damn, I have no other purpose. So you go back and doing those shitty habits because maybe you want to reward yourself. Obviously, that's not the best way to reward yourself. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is, you guys have to have long-term goals, because if you don't, you're gonna go back to your old habits, because you're not setting yourself up for success but for failure. And that's why a lot of you guys fail no fat, because you're only setting yourself with this 14-day, 1 month BS. And when even sometimes before that day comes, you relapse because that's your end goal. And I found myself relapsing on my bad habits because I didn't set myself long-term goals, because maybe I had imposter syndrome, or I didn't think that I was worthy of achieving those goals. But now I changed my mindset, and now I'm doing this because it's gonna help me to start relapsing, because now I have a purpose, and that's to make videos, to build my business up, my video production company up. And I need to make those you know long-term goals, those things that I want to make, not short-term, like, oh, I hope I get 5K or 10K um, subscribers. You have to, like, go beyond that, because that's going to motivate you not to go back to those shitty habits that you're doing on a consistent basis. You have to make it a lifestyle, because, like I said, if you don't, then you're just gonna keep going back and back. You're gonna be going through this hamster wheel that's never gonna end. And I'm telling you from experience, like, you have to find your purpose. How do you find it? By trying a bunch of stuff. And once you do find it, you know, start making long-term goals. Like, oh, you're going to the gym, make it a lifestyle. Don't just go there 3 days, because you might end up making a career out of it. You never know. But, you know, in the end, it's just important to set, like, high standards, have high standards. You know, don't don't say, oh, I hope I make a little bit of money off this side gig. In reality, you want to make $1 million, but you just don't think that it's achievable. So it kind of you're just kind of setting yourself up for failure, and that's not what I wanna. That's not what I want to become. You are what you think. You're gonna become what you think. So it's important that if you don't want to relapse or want to start relapsing, on your bad habits, a lot of you guys, it's prawn. Let's just be honest. Is just to set, you know, goals that you don't think are achievable, because when you do, you're more likely to achieve them. And when you're busy working on that stuff, you're not gonna want to go and lay one off, because it's gonna screw up your your um your progress. You know, and it does affect you. Whenever you lapse, you feel like shit. So it's best not to do it. Learn from your mistakes, and that's what we need to do, is just start setting yourself up, for success. Set big goals, not short-term goals like, oh, the 14-day streak, 30-day. No, don't do that shit. Think to yourself that I need to do this shit for the rest of my life, you know long term, because it's gonna help me out than just the short term. Because some people, they go on self-improvement for a few days, a few weeks, months, and they get sidetracked there because they didn't set those goals. Like, what I do is I grab my journal and I write the stuff that I need to do throughout the day. I've been doing it for a while now, and I have to be consistent. So if you guys want to grab a journal, start writing down what you need to do that day. And once you're done doing all those, check them off. Put a little check square box, check them off, and do that same night. Start writing down what you're gonna do for the next day, and keep repeating that process until it becomes a daily habit. And you're gonna see that you're gonna be less likely to go back to your bad habit, because now you have goals that are gonna lead up to bigger goals. And it's gonna help you guys, from getting those urges. That even if someone invites you to go out to drink, to You know, if you're on monk mode, if a girl asks you to go and smash, you're gonna be likely to say no, because if you do, it's most likely gonna bring you back to your old habits. You know, if you're on Instagram, you see a big booty girl, you're gonna you're gonna exit out that app, because you know, like, if you keep looking at it, you're eventually gonna go relapse. And those goals are gonna help you, you know, stack up those W's throughout your, you know, your life. So it's important that you guys set yourself big goals. You know, don't go for small fucking little goals like everyone else. Go for the big ones that people are afraid of doing, and you're more likely to be successful because now you're putting your mindset on the right path instead of, you know, just the short term. And I think that's why everyone finds themselves going back to, you know, those shitty habits. But you know, that's what I'm doing, my tactic, and I feel like it might actually help you guys out that are struggling out here. You know, there's goals that you want to set, but maybe you don't think that you're good enough for them. Stop thinking that you are. You're good enough to set those goals for yourself. You know, try to, you know, get better sleep. Start, if you see something that's gonna trigger you to do that bad habit, you know, leave. You know, take it off of your eyes, because it's gonna help you, like I said. And with these goals that you have on the side, you're gonna be, like I said, less likely to go and do those bad habits again. And I've seen that it has helped me, because I woke up this morning, because I had it down on my journal. I was gonna wake up, send cold emails to businesses, and then come back and make a YouTube video. And I'm less likely to go back to a bad habit, because if I do, I know that it's gonna fuck up my goals on the long term, because I want to, you know, short term pleasure. So try to set yourself big goals that you don't think are achievable, but that you know that you want, that you desire. Whether that's, you know, getting better at talking to women, in business, in fitness, you know, and you're less likely to go back to those bad habits. You gotta set that, you know, that, I guess you could say, alpha mind style, or the Adonis mind style mindset. Um, and you're gonna see that your life is just gonna get better, and you're gonna be less likely to go back to those bad habits, because everyone has bad habits. One big in particular, like I said, is usually prawn. And if you get rid of that, you'll become a whole fucking beast. You'll be able to destroy the competition out here. That's what I'm doing, because I know a lot of people, a lot of men, are not setting big goals, and they're indulging in prawn, OF, or whatever. And if I don't indulge in that shit, imagine what I can do. I'm gonna be ahead of the fucking game. You know, my goals, one of my goals is to make 100K next year. So some people, it's not possible, especially with inflation. I don't give a fuck about the inflation. You know, I'm gonna still go for my goals, and so should you. So that's what this video is all about. Just setting big goals, writing that shit down every single day, and checking them off every single time. You know, I put, like I said, sleep, get better sleep, wake up, you know, do this, do that. Sometimes I even put, you know, approach people, and for the most part, I'll check it out, because I go up to people and I'll say what's up, or I'll say hey to a girl, get her number, whatever. And you'll see that you're gonna be less likely, because if you feel like, let's say, fapping that same day, that same night, you have all this shit written down for tomorrow. You're not gonna be like, oh shit, like, if I fat right now, all this shit's gonna go down the drain. I'm not gonna perform well. So just keep that in mind. You know, set big goals for yourself, and you'll see that you're gonna make a lot more progress than these other men out here. So hopefully you guys got some mental from this video, and I'm out.